Alright guys, today we're going to talk about grepl, which is a really handy function in R. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this data set, and this data set is just one that I found on Kaggle, Biodiversity of National Parks by the National Park Service. Really interesting data, so it's something you can look into if you'd like that. What we're going to do first is we're going to take a look at this data. And what I want to really look at is the category, and you can kind of see there's mammal, bird, and so to give you a better idea of how this data looks, I'm going to go ahead and just show the table of it, right? So we can see we have algae, amphibian, bird, so on and so forth. Let's say that for this specific case, we really want to know about these fish, okay? So what we can do is we're going to move over all the data that has the string fish in it, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the name of our data, which is just data in this case. We're going to type in grepl, which is the function name, and because we are in square brackets, we're going to need this comma here, okay? And inside of grepl, we're going to type in our string that we're looking for, which in this case is fish, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to have to state what column of our data we're looking through. So in this case, it's going to be category. So what we can do now is show it the same way that we showed the previous data, and we're just going to do this to show you how it kind of what would happen after calling the function. So we can check right here, boom, just fish data. So if we were looking through our data, we would not see any data for fungi, insect, vertebrate, and actually to give a better idea, what I might do is show you right here. We aren't getting, like, it's not that it removed that one specific category or that made that category null. What it does is it removes the entire row, okay? So that's really important with grepl. So let's say we then wanted to, keep most of our data, okay? But what we wanted to do is remove, let's say that we really didn't want to know about insects, okay? Everything else is great, but these insects, there's just so many of them, you know, and for whatever reason, it's not part of your study. So what we can do is just put a not in front of grepl, and I guess I can't do that. Type in insect, okay? And this is going to be our different data set. Change that to no insect. Okay, so if we go ahead and we look at this data now, we can see that we have no data for the insects anymore. So we can look at everything else, we just won't worry about the insects. So this is a really good way to search through your data and remove anything that has a string that you don't like or you don't feel is needed for your data set. And if you need any more detail on grepl, because there's a few other things and some similar functions that might come in handy, go ahead and pop over to help with grepl, and you can kind of get an idea of how to use like ignore case, things of that nature to get better results from your grepl function. Alright, you guys have a good one. Good luck.